What's up, everybody? Andrew here with Astro Trends. If you're new to the channel, what we do here is we combine astrological forecasting with traditional trend analysis to speculate on movements in crypto and stock markets. So taking a look at Gamestop right now, we had a good couple of days, last 2 days. Well, today was a little bit of a doji, but yesterday we had this nice green candle here. Oops. Like a 7% day in that ballpark. And we did bounce here right at the top of our support target. Thought we'd find support down here if we fell any lower, which we did end up falling lower, but again, we bounced off the top there. And we're starting to move upward, though we still are well below the moving averages, the 9, 20, and 50. We have the 200 way down here. If I drop the 100 in, we may have bounced off of it. Let's see. Yeah, so this top of the support, we bounced on the one, and I used the exponential moving average. I can do a video on the difference between the moving average and the exponential moving average, but I prefer the exponential moving average. I find in most cases it is the price adheres to it more. Though I do use both. I will check, especially if I'm making an entry or I'm trying to really analyze a chart, I will use both just to get an idea. But yeah, so it looks like we bounced off of the 100 as well as this upper support area here where these prices bounced before, where we bounced around. So it's a good area of support. But again, now we want to see ourselves push through these moving averages, get on top, and push through one and then the other. And again, these are our targets from previous videos for to be seeing some upward momentum. So it's nice that we have these candlesticks going into this 12 July target here. Back here, this was our predicted bottom, or we were hoping to see a bottom here, based on the astrological transits happening then, as well as the support line here. Looked like we might get some support where we had bounced previously, but we did end up falling through. But so far so good with some upward momentum going into this zone here. I think we could go sideways a bit. We might struggle to get through these moving averages. We may pop right up. The astrological forecast will probably give us some something to go off of there. But I definitely want to see us hold this support, not go any lower than here, and start working our way back up. Even if we go sideways for a couple days, that's fine. But by July 16th, I expect to see us getting back into this above this trend line here and back into a nice solid uptrend. Right. So taking a look at the astrology, this past day, we had Moon go over Jupiter, which was nice. We talked about that in the last video, that in the coming days we would have this Jupiter transit. We actually saw more of that playing out the day before as it approached Jupiter, and then as it passed over, we just got that doji day to day with very little price movement. I think we were up, but it was under 1%. Now we have Mercury approaching this trine to Venus up here. That's going to be really nice. About 4 or 5 days. Then we have Venus closing in on its opposition to natal Venus, and Sun approaching an opposition to Mercury. So things are looking really good in the near term. This is July 14th. Yeah, we've covered this in the last couple of videos, but things are just looking really good astrologically from now through the rest of July till the end of July. I really expect to see this support hold. Alright, so taking a look at the near term here, we've got the Moon approaching a square to Mars, but no worries because that's on a Sunday. There's no market hours. So looking at Monday, we've got the Moon as well as Venus and Mars all occupying Leo, forming a grand trine with Pluto and Mars, neither of which are especially bullish points, but with such an harmonious aspect, it's pretty nice. though we do also have transiting Saturn over here in opposition. So it's a pretty energetic day. It doesn't look especially negative though with this harmonious aspect. And we also over here we have Mercury, as I mentioned earlier, approaching that trine to Venus, which is a very mitigating factor. It's really nice. It means people are feeling good. The talk around GameStop should be positive. There is so much chatter around these meme stocks that Venus really comes into play, and so when we see a nice Venus transit like that, or Mercury rather, really comes into play. So when we see this nice Mercury transit to Venus, it's really affirming. And Venus is still in good condition here with Jupiter conjunct it. The only thing that concerns me is the intensity of this arrangement here with Saturn, as well as Mars, Pluto, and natal Mars all kind of in configuration. But none of it is especially negative, because we also natally here we have Neptune, we have the Sun in Aquarius, so it's not really making any overtly negative bearish aspects to natal planets. And Venus here, with the Moon conjuncting it, the Moon kind of gives attention to this area. And the next big transit that Venus is closing in on that we're interested in is this Venus opposite Venus coming up in the next 15 degrees. So I think this could be a pretty nice formation. Moving into Tuesday, the Moon will oppose Venus and the Sun. Mercury will be approaching Jupiter after having trine Venus. So Monday is hard to call, but as we move into Tuesday and later into the week, things start to really look bullish. So if we're not making some nice upward movement by the end of next week, going into this target here on the 16th, I'd be very surprised. And I would be worried to see us go lower under such beneficent aspects and configurations. So look out for our updates next week. Keep an eye on these price levels. We might be moving sideways starting in the beginning of next week, but we should be pushing above these moving averages by midweek, if not more. If not, we could have a more explosive upward price movement here. Not financial advice, but if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and keep an eye out for those updates. Thanks.